Dear WWE, I want to ask you something. Can you at least try to put on a good show? It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be great. It just has to be good. It has to get me invested at least somewhat into your next special event called Battleground. Instead of constantly prostituting and plugging the WWE Network. Christ! And of course, the show kicks off with John Cena's promo. I mean, it's not like we're getting anything new out of this show at all. It's either the Authority that kicks off with a 20-minute promo, or it's John Cena that comes out and does a 10 or 15-minute promo. It's ridiculous. I think the WWE should be changing up the structure of the show. Have a match first, then do a promo, then a match, promo, match, promo. Do a whole bunch of stuff instead of having the same old thing every week. It's ridiculous. And I'll get more onto that later on as this review goes on. But the show, like I said, kicks off with John Cena. If it's not John Cena, it's the Authority. And if it's not the Authority, it's John Anthony Felix Cena, for Christ's sake. And here he comes out. And the first thing he says, he talks about the WWE Network, the first plug, and this tells me that, oh Christ, we're in for a plug fest. And basically what this was John Cena coming out, plugging the network, and then he goes on to jibber jabber. This was just blah 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 blah. Roman Reigns comes out, John Cena does more blah 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 blah. And here Roman Reigns says, well John, get to the point. And to be fair to Roman Reigns, he already got to the point. He plugged the network, for crying out loud. And then we get Dean Ambrose up on the screen, the Titron, and basically saying that telling John Cena and Roman Reigns to settle the differences because we got a 6-man tag team match as on the main event. And then you got Randy Orton, Kane, and Seth Rollins ambushing Dean Ambrose, and this was a really good beatdown, I thought. And Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose really sold it like a trooper here. I like that when Randy Orton RKO'd him on a steel crate. He was there. He was like, "Is that all you got?" I really enjoyed that part. To me, Dean Ambrose was gold here. I love how he sold the beatdown, and then it took Seth Rollins a curve stomp to fully take him out 100%. And this was, to me, really, really good how Dean Ambrose really sold the beatdown, like I said. And the only issue I had with this entire segment is that I didn't like the feel of it overall. And this ultimately told me what this show is going to be like. Moving on, I'm going to talk about the Intercontinental Championship Battle Royal, and what I'm going to do is talk about the things that the WWE done to try to build it up, I guess. Here you had, the first match was Sheamus versus The Miz, not title match. No one cared. I was surprised that The Miz actually won the match. The one thing I will say, to me, was the only good thing about this match was the fact that they showed The Miz's face up on the screen the entire match. It makes me want to hate The Miz more. I like the little things. To me, the little things matter. So at least there was some sort of a redeeming quality, but just the match, I'm already tuned out. I mean, I was like not even paying attention to this match at all. For some odd reason. But yeah, I just couldn't get behind this match at all. This was way too long than it should have been. Moving on, Dolph Ziggler versus Fandango. Dolph Ziggler goes over, and here you have Summer Rae and Layla dance on the ring announce table, and now for some reason they're going to form this love square, I guess. I don't know. This has just gone beyond weird to me. And it just goes to show that the WWE treats Dolph Ziggler the way that they do, and they're not doing anything with him, so we're just going to put him in a love square involving Fandango and Layla and Summer Rae. I will say this, that Dolph Ziggler was really pimping it out. He got 2 women on his shoulders. This is better than the title, for Christ's sake. Moving on to another match between Rob Van Dam and Alberto Del Rio. And not a crap was given. Alberto Del Rio goes over, cheap momentum. I don't see him winning the Battle Royal, to be quite honest. Even Rob Van Dam, I just don't see it happening. But at least the WWE is trying to somehow build up the Intercontinental Battle Royal for Battleground. And also we got to see Cesaro without Paul Heyman. He wasn't there at ringside, taking on Big E, and Big E wins. Oh, the WWE is not racist. Whoopee! Yeah, I'm kidding, obviously, but geez, for the love of God, I mean, the Cesaro. To me, the way that WWE has been portraying Cesaro as a favorite to win the Intercontinental Championship at Battleground, and they have him lose every single week. I mean, you had the Kofi Kingston not on TV win. You had Kofi Kingston again beat Cesaro last week, and now you have Big E beating Cesaro this week. Jesus. I mean, why build this guy up to win the Intercontinental Championship and have him lose every single time? And you wonder why the WWE fails to create new stars? This is a very good example. You have Cesaro, who should have been a top babyface right now, but he's not even there. They just have him job out to Big E, and again, not a crap was given when Big E won the match. I mean, this is ridiculous on the part of the WWE, and it just goes to show that they're out of touch when they want to create new stars. You listen to your audience. You build them up as a strong babyface or heel depending on how the audience reacts. Listen to your fans, for Christ's sake. I'm just going to move on. I'm just fed up with this Raw already. Talking about what happened on the show. Also, you got to see Bo Dallas versus Khali. And to me, this is the only guy that I'm invested into winning the Intercontinental Championship. Because he's winning matches. He has an interesting gimmick. There's a little bit of a storyline behind his character. This was great on the show. Here you have Bo Dallas come out and talk about that El Torito has a big heart. And then you have him win a match against the Great Khali via countout. A win's a win. He's 15-0. And the one thing I really enjoyed at the end of this is when he was talking to the Great Khali, and the Great Khali just slapped the hell out of him. That was funny. Moving on, we got to see the Wyatts attack the Usos. Boy, okay. Even though I like that they're doing something here, a little bit of a story, you know, you have the Wyatt family attacking the Usos before their match. Come on, WWE. This is something you should have done last week and the week before and the week before that to build this up to create a good storyline between these two teams. This came too late. Moving on, we got to see Rusev and Lana, Swagger, Zeb Coulter. And you have a, basically what this was a debate between Lana and Zeb Coulter here, talking about America, and I like that they're building this up into a patriotic, nationalistic kind of feud with actually some interest into this. I really enjoyed this from the WWE. The only nitpicky issue I had is that this segment came off maybe a little bit too long. They probably could have shortened this up for a few minutes to really get to the point, and it kind of really got too serious as well. I mean, you had Lana talk about how America was stupid, and you have Zeb Coulter talking about being in the war, and you have Zeb Coulter go on this rant about Lana and Rusev being visitors to America, and I like how when he was speaking, he was really telling the truth behind their president Obama, and that was funny because when they plugged Obama, the fans booed, and when they talk about Putin, they cheered. That just goes to show the WWE. That just goes to show. Don't use the president for heat. Do other things. But I like what they've done here. I like that the fact that at the end of this, Lana got actually more interactive. Here you had her slap Zeb Coulter. You had her pulling Swagger's hair to get him off Rusev. And then at the end you had Swagger counter Rusev Sweet Chin Music to an ankle lock. And I like this. I like that the baby faces gaining some steam and some momentum going into Battleground and to face Rusev here at the pay-per-view this Sunday. The one thing I hope the WWE does here is that they shouldn't end it here. I mean, then this is something that the WWE is doing good with, and I hope that the WWE continues with this. Something that would work is to have maybe Rusev go over and then have Jack Swagger get the last word. Maybe apply the ankle lock and have Rusev maybe pass out at the end. Something like that to me would work because it would show that the WWE will continue this rivalry between these two stars. So hopefully that the WWE does go there. However, the next segment I'm about to talk about kind of fell flat. To me, you had, I'll just say this. Here you had Stephanie McMahon come out talking to Nikki Bella. And this was the good part of this segment. And here you have Stephanie take the heat here and talk about that Brie Bella abandoning Nikki Bella. She's trying to split up the Bella twins. That will probably not even happen at all. This is probably a build-up towards Brie Bella versus Stephanie McMahon, maybe at SummerSlam. But here you have Nikki Bella versus Alicia Fox and Cameron. And you don't even have Naomi in this segment. I mean, here you have Naomi and Cameron going to go one-on-one at Battleground at the pre-show match, and you don't even have her on the show. That's ridiculous, WWE. If you... never mind. And here you have the Alicia Fox and Cameron win the match, and here I'm thinking, where's John Cena? I mean, the WWE establishes that Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella are a couple. Why not do that with John Cena and Nikki Bella, for Christ's sake? Never mind. I'm just going to move on to the decent part of the show. Here you have Chris Jericho. He does a promo, basically asking Bray Wyatt, why did you attack me? And for some reason, the WWE wants to tell us that, Bray Wyatt is going to give us an explanation. We really don't need it because really the answer is he's Chris Jericho. Why not? And here you have Bray Wyatt up on the screen. He's talking, really good promo. To me, it's starting to get a little repetitive with Bray Wyatt. I mean, it wouldn't kill the WWE to put him in a match instead, maybe. To have him more momentum towards building up their match at Battleground. But to me, this was rushed. They're diving in this feud too aggressively here. Slow it down, please. Really, this match shouldn't happen here at Battleground. This should happen at SummerSlam, and you have some sort of maybe maybe a 2-on-1 handicap match between the Usos, the Wyatt family, and Chris Jericho. That's something they could have done here instead of booking the Usos and the Wyatt family in a 2-on-3 tag team title match that you could do at SummerSlam. That would be better booking to me, I think, in my opinion. So I'm just not too fussy on Chris Jericho and Bray Wyatt having a match at Battleground. This is something they could have waited a little bit longer to build up to SummerSlam. Maybe this will be used as a device to build it up and break it up even more. Who knows yet, but we'll see what happens. And here you have Bray Wyatt come out. He does the promo. They get the whole 2-on-1 handicap here. You have the Wyatt family fail to attack Chris Jericho, and then Bray Wyatt nails his sister Abigail on Chris Jericho on the stage. It wasn't executed well, but they got the point across here that Bray Wyatt is a threat to Chris Jericho. So overall, this was really hit and miss with this segment. It was an okay, really good, solid promo. It wasn't anything great, but at least it's something to get me interested into this match. But like I said, this is just way too rushed. Slow it down, please. Moving on to AJ Lee versus Eva Marie. Oh, Christ. And here you have AJ Lee go over. Yeah. And you also had Paige here on commentary. And to me, she was better than 90% of the people on guest commentary. And for some reason, they're building this match between AJ Lee and Paige, and they're complimenting each other. Yeah, you know that AJ Lee is realizing that Paige is faking her, so she's going to fake her as well. And you get to the main event, and here you have Ric Flair come out. He's doing a promo. He's down in the profiling over Renee Young here, talking about that John Cena is going to be his favorite going into the Fatal 4-Way match at the main event for Battleground, and that's what all he was there for. And here I was expecting when Roman Reigns came out that those two would have a confrontation. No. So basically, Ric Flair was out here to promote the Fatal 4-Way. Woo! John Cena and Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, and Kane. And for the love of God, please WWE, do different things here for the main event instead of having the same people over and over in the main event. Not only that, here you have John Cena and Reigns not even giving a crap about Dean Ambrose earlier. Where were they when Dean Ambrose was being attacked earlier? I guess they were trying to figure out what they want to watch on the WWE network. Yes, that is right, the WWE constantly plugging and prostituting the network to the highest degree. And then here you have this main event. And again, for the third week in a row, it ends in a no disqualification. Can we please do something different? Have a count-out victory. Have sort of pinfall or submission. But no, we have to protect John Cena and Randy Orton here. So overall, this show was not the most terrible show, even though it was leaning towards that area, nor was it good either. So overall, I would give the show a 5.5. To me, this episode of Raw felt like it was just on cruise control. Nothing spectacular really happened. Nothing memorable really happened. And you'll probably end up forgetting what happened on this show next week. But hopefully, Battleground, to me, will be a lot better than this episode of Raw. If you saw the show, what did you think about it? Comment below. Let me know. While you're at it, you can hit that subscribe button down below this video. You can also follow MRB Wrestling on Twitter, and you can like us on Facebook at the Mick Rock and Bolt Wrestling Review Show. And on a final note to all you viewers watching, make sure you subscribe to the WWE Network.